Hello everyone, this is Hans Latz of Emetry. Many IT organizations I talk to are struggling with a high employee turnover, especially in their help desk. And maybe this is also an issue in your organization. So I wanted to clarify how good shift left and self-service practices can help you solve this problem. So, by adopting the right practices, you don't only significantly reduce service costs, but you also improve your employee retention and satisfaction. And the reason for this is because, especially at the help desk, there is quite a lot of routine involved in IT services. So, solving the same incidents and requests every day is not the most interesting work, but it's also very transactional. You're not really building anything up for the company, so you can work for 5 years, and the company will fundamentally not be. You can do this work for 5 years, and the company will fundamentally not be better off than 5 years ago. So you're not really making that much of a clear impact. And so by setting up the right shift left and self-service practices, you can not only eliminate a lot of this routine work, which of course frees up space for more interesting and challenging work, project work, but you're also building up a growing, let's call it a growing manual for IT in your organization, and that manual would be really customized to the specific context of the organization. So, as a service desk agent or a help desk agent, you would really be delivering added value, not just help desk agents either, in the entire IT support chain. And that, of course, makes your work far more interesting, and it really also makes a visible impact. And of course, making that visible impact, contributing something to the organization, that makes much more motivating work, of course. Now, a common question I do get from IT workers is, will self-service now eliminate my job? Is it some kind of management trick to reduce costs to the detriment of my own job? And the answer to that is no, not if it's set up in the right way, because you will still be very necessary to produce these results. You're still going to be needed to build up and improve the knowledge articles, and that's a never-ending process as well, because of course your organization changes, your environment changes. But more importantly still, it's not so much your knowledge on how to solve different issues, but your experience with the company's context that will really matter. So your knowledge of the end user's context, and that's not something that you can just eliminate. You can't just replace this. Your ability to communicate within the language of your end user, or maybe in the language of other IT teams, to use the words and the phrases and the concepts that they use, that's absolutely critical for the success of self-service and for the success of shift left. So in this way, self-service doesn't threaten your job, it actually makes it more valuable and secure. Now, one pitfall to avoid when setting up shift left and self-service is to make specific people responsible for the content that you produce, for the documentation. So these practices will only ever work if everyone is responsible, if you as a team are responsible for the information you provide, and that everyone in the team also has the responsibility for correcting mistakes and making this documentation more valuable. So everyone contributes and everyone delivers that value. Now, if you want to know more about this topic, and if you want to know more about how it could work in your organization, or you have any specific questions, you can send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can go to our website, which is ambertree.consulting. And there you can also find our other videos and some articles about these topics and about related topics. And you will also be able to book a meeting to discuss your particular situation. So until next time, I hope you have a very productive day. Goodbye.